I also like just being able to pull any kind of a colored piece and putting it on top. Now I bring this back up again because of the cost issue. You see, if you bought this as part of the Jones group that it was designed with, you would be paying top dollar to get the sweater, the pant that was designed with it, and the matching shell if you wanted that whole outfit. But I waited till this was on sale for $21. And I can still go home and put it together with my column of color and create an entire look without having to spend all of the money. Now you could put total black underneath it, or you could use any one of your white or your cream shirts with this as well and have it come out terrific. I'm going to hold this up, but I'm putting this together here so that you can see one other thing. I'm going to do a little scarf as a ascot. Again, I'm using a silk square. It doesn't even have to be this big. But if you were to do that in this particular outfit, I would scrunch this up again. You start this in the front of you, such as this. You bring it all the way around. And then you can just tie it on top of this little slouch that you have in a scarf. Tie it once again in a square knot, and then tuck it inside of your shirt. The tails will go inside, and you'll end up with the softness in the neck. So that's a nice way to use some of those big squares that you might have in your closet. Now let's talk about our everyday life. Certainly, just a good-looking shirt like this with the tank underneath, creating jackets from lightweight pieces is really important. The whole idea here is that when you wear 3 pieces, you always look more finished than 2. Now, sometimes your decorated tops, they just stand on their own and they look good with a bottom. But if you'll think about, I may need that third thing. Maybe the third thing is a scarf. But a lot of times it's a third piece of clothing, whether it's a jacket or you've created a jacket from a shirt like this, that can help you just look really finished. Okay, this pant that I was using happens to be a shorter pant. This pant will come at the top of the ankle. So it's good generally in Florida 12 months a year, depending on our weather and how you put it together with the shoes. So I'm going to show you how you could even take that pant if you're going on a trip and not wanting to take a whole lot of other things and carry it even into evening. I'm taking my black shell, which was part of my column of color, and once again, another piece that I found as an individual piece so that I could put it over my column of color. And this is a little trick that I wanted to show you before I put it on. I just have a hat pin to hold this together so that while it's in my closet, it doesn't create the sag that will be there when you want to go put it on. So think about even safety pins. You don't have to have hat pins can make that work. Because you see what happens if it's hanging in the closet like this? So I would just put my black.
We didn't see where the hat pin was. It was right.
Okay, sure. I will be happy to show you. In essence, so I can tell you, is I just put the jacket together so that it would not be falling with any creases, so that it would stay flat while it was in the closet. And that was how I just pinned it together. And this is soft enough that the pin goes right through. You just have to see, what your situation is. Maybe it would go under the lapels, or depending on how you need to put it together. But once again, travel-wise, you can just use your black. And then choosing jewelry can make such a difference. And we're in such a jewelry era that it's great fun to add pizzazz. Here I'm just going to put 3 chains together. And I left it tied like this so you could also see this little trick. whenever you're traveling with jewelry, put the things together and just tie it with some little thing. This is a piece of a bag that you get over the newspaper. Okay? And I just cut it in a little piece. And what you do is tie your things together, and then I just lay it in a plastic bag and roll up the plastic bag. But it's amazing. When this is tied together, you can lay it here in a ball. And you pick it up when it's tied together, and they will never be messed. It's just the most amazing thing that works. So, but here now are different lengths of chains, and I just put them together, a collection of things. And I would like that with this. Let's put it like this. Okay, and then with the black pant, can you all see back there, which of course puts that together. And then, of course, you want some special shoes. How many shoe fashionistas do we have here today? All right. So you know we have to have those in the closet that we're not going to wear all the time. But today in packing for a trip, maybe 20% of my bag is full of shoes, and I'm reducing a lot more on the clothing pieces because it's the accessories that can really set you apart and make things happen. Okay, so then we're on the same trip. You only have one bag and 50 pounds. You know that these days. Not fun. So we took another little jacket out of the closet. And this one, too, sags. So I just have a little safety pin in there so that it stays in the closet like that. And I'm going to put this over the tank. I'm going to put it with the black pant, and I'm going to stick another pair of shoes in the bag so that you just have a totally, totally different look with pretty much the same pieces. Well, I also like this. This would probably be the necklace that I would take with this as well, so that it just sits inside. And if you ever get warm, you can take the top off and you just have a little tank, and that tends to work. Wish I could figure out what that is. Okay, so what I've just been doing is putting parts together, and that is what I do as a wardrobe service, as an individual service to clients. That's explained in the little sheet that I passed out today, but I just wanted you to know I come to your home. We actually work with the clothes that you already own. We call it shopping in your own closet. And it does take hours to go through your clothes. What happens is we kind of tend to wear 20% of everything that we have because it's like right there. It's easy. We put it together before. We don't have to think because it all takes time. So with this service, we take the time, we put it all together, we chart it, we have it down so that you can never forget exactly what we put together, shoe, bag, jewelry, everything. And we put it by category. So when you're going to church, we have a whole sheet of things that are appropriate for church. And that's really how that works. Okay, let's move on now to many, many other tricks. And let's move on to the closet. Okay? The closet. Yeah, well, we're just going to talk a few things about that. But first of all, I urge you to double hang in your closet. And the proper measurements are 84 inches and 42 inches, which normally works for most people. If you're particularly tall, you may be able to put your upper one at a higher level. Now, the key to that is, if you're doing it, is that the 84 inches is right where the hanger sits. And the same on the bottom, okay? Because if you measure to the top of the rack or you measure someplace else, that may not be where the hanger sits. So you certainly want to make sure that you are doing that.